Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hope you all are staying safe. Myself, Adarsh Nair. I'm part of the HackP organizing team. HackP is an international virtual hackathon organized by Kerala Police to build promising solutions to face the challenges in future policing. We have started the hackathon on July 17 and it is still going on. Uh, we are also happy to introduce our partners who are the strong pillars of HackP. We have Paytm and SBI as our prime partners, Beagle Security as our technology partner, Cloud4C as the cloud partner, and EC Council as the knowledge partner. Thanks for your support in organizing HackP. Now, HackP is organizing a webinar session on various technical topics which might be useful for the tech community. We heard about a lot of cyber attacks happened in the past, starting from ransomware to social engineering and phishing attacks. Even Twitter has faced phishing attacks very recently. So today we have a topic on an insight into threat intelligence and spear phishing campaigns. We have Adithya PS and Sreehari as our speakers. Adithya PS is working as a cyber defense intelligence analyst and who is a part of the DEFCON Trivandrum. Sreehari Haridas is working as a cybersecurity engineer at UST Global, and he is also as part of the DEFCON Trivandrum. So, on behalf of HackKP, I welcome Aditya and Sreehari to take the session. Over to you guys, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Adarsh.
Thanks.
So, hi guys. Hope everyone is doing good and staying safe. So, actually, I'm taking the first session, and Srihari is doing the second session. And so I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So, as you can see, today's session is on threat intelligence, as I named it, futuristic watchdogs of blue team. And moving forward, who am I? So, I am myself Aditya. I'm working as a cyber threat intelligence analyst in one of the big four, and I have more than 8 years of experience in IT, and which is 5 years in InfoSec. And as Adarsh already told you, um, I'm a co-organizer of DEFCON Group Trivandrum and community manager of Red Team Village. So, what I want to explain today in this session is to give you a basic understanding of the threat intelligence, its needs and importance. Without taking much time, we can move to the next slide. So, let's start with the obvious question. What is cyber threat intelligence, or CTI in its shorter form? So, most of you, whenever you search it in Google, this is the most common definition you will get it. This is one of the definition which the analyst in Gardner Inc., Robert McMillan, is the first person who defined this. So, threat intelligence is the evidence-based knowledge, including context, mechanism, indicators, implications, and action-oriented advice about an existing or emerging menace or a hazard to assets. This intelligence can be used to inform decisions regarding the subject's response to that menace or a hazard. So put it in a much simpler words, cyber threat intelligence is an information about threats, their tactics, techniques, and procedures, which can be short form called TTPs, that helps you or your organization to prevent or mitigate harmful cyber attacks in digital or cyberspaces. It can give you an insight which can help you to make best decision for your security. for example, for who is attacking you, and what's their objective, what's their motive, and what's the capability of that adversary. This source of information include from all over the web, like been collected from source intelligence platform, social media intelligence, human intelligence, technical intelligence. Sometimes it's even been collected from web and dark web also. Moving forward, what are the types of cyber threat intelligence? So first one is the tactical or the technical intelligence. It's basically most commonly it will be the indicators of compromise, which can be used for assisting in the identification of a threat actor. And the indicators of compromise are the things, I mean, that will be the most common thing in the tactical intelligence. It will be basically contains bad IP addresses, URLs, file hashes, and non-malicious domains. This is actually the easiest intelligence to produce and found in the open source and free data feeds. And due to this easiness also, these feeds and informations has been very short lifespan also. About the operational intelligence, this intelligence is in details of the motivation of the and capability of the threat actor, including their tools, techniques, and procedures. And it's mainly will be explained as the study of the adversary. For every attacks, there is actually will be a who, why, and how. And this intelligence will provide you that insight. So who will be, as you know, as the name itself, it's the identity, and why it will be the motivate, the intent and the motivation why, and how, why it's made it of actually. Well, like what's the TTPs of the threat actor which employs it. So together these things will provide you factors which give you the context, and these context provides the insight how an adversary's plan and conduct a major operations. So that will be the operational intelligence. The third one is actually sorry sorry for that. And the third one is the strategic intelligence. The strategic intelligence is all about providing insight to the high level decision makers about the to give them an idea about how the security operations, basically it will be an non-technical and risk based intelligence. It shows how global events, um, foreign policies, then long-term local and international movements can also be impacted on this to collect this data. So that will be the strategic intelligence, and which will give an insight for the high level decision makers to make their policies based on how the security of the organization is going to be. So that will be the three threat intelligence. The first one, to summarize, it's a tactical one. Second one is the operational. Strategic one. That's the third. And moving forward, so why cyber threat intelligence is important to a blue team? As I said, because it helps to make the blue team better decision on the security of the infrastructure. It will help how to anticipate or prevent, and how to remediate a cyber threat. There is some cases there we can prevent it before it happens. So, so the importance of a cyber threat intelligence report to a blue team has a same value as it has a medical result given to the doctor, or a battlefield intelligence to a military operation. And adversaries and defenders are constantly trying to outmaneuver each other, and these information on the adversaries is the next move will be critical to customize your defense mechanism to stop future attacks from against the adversary. So without a proper CTI report or a feed, decision made by the network defense or the concerned party can be wrong, and this wrong decision can be fatal consequences. So so this is actually an input of the CrowdStrike, a open source platform which is based on a which is based in US, California, and threat intelligence offers unique advantages to every members of the security team. And these are the functions and benefits which the CrowdStrike team uh, elaborates. So the functions, as it says, functions of each function has its own benefits. Why the threat intelligence is why it's unique and advantage to every member of the team. First, I said security analyst or an IT analyst. It benefits to optimize the prevention and detection capabilities and strengthen their defenses. And SOC operators, it's prioritize incidents based on the risk impact of the organization. And CSIRT, and it's actually the computer security incident response team. And it's for them accelerate the incident investigation, management, and prioritization. And intelligence analyst uncover and track the threat vector actors targeting the organization. Executive management for them to understand the risk of the organization face and what action has to address their impact. So these will be the these will be the benefits of for a CTI feed for an moving forward. So as per the types of the intelligence, the CrowdStrike already put together in a slide. This is sourced from the CrowdStrike itself. As you can see, the tactical will be the stakeholders for the tactical intelligence will be the stakeholder giving benefits to SOC analyst, SIM, firewall, endpoints, IDS or the IPSs. And for the operation intelligence, stakeholders will always be the threat actors, SOC analyst, vulnerability management teams, incident response, maybe inside threats. And the strategic will be the persons who have the highest level of the organization, like CISO, CIO, CTO, and executive boards, and the persons who make strategic decisions for the business. So these will be the types of intelligence which CTI provides to the stakeholders and the blue team. So what's the benefit of the CTI element into a blue team? As I said, it's analysis of a better threat, efficiency of your blue team will increase, lowering the risk and the cost. So let's look into the analysis part. So analysis of the cyber threat, CTA can provide you in a depth analysis of every threat you face every day. And CTA system will help you to enterprise and analyze the different techniques that adversary may or will use, and help you for organization in finding potential vulnerabilities and improve the security of the infrastructure. And this will help you in building the defense framework strategies policy effective against the adversaries. And for the efficiency of your blue team, and it cyber threat intelligence feeds or the feed will help you to security team in identifying new security threats, which will lead into to check if it's a false positive or an actual threat. It will help your team in understanding what threat and they what they need to address and prioritize. Its information can help the blue team to perform a improved detection and better decisions, following up on the cyber threat interaction by giving them a better understanding of their attackers, proactively get ahead of the threat actors, and this result will automatically improve the efficiency of your security team. Bonus, I say for myself, it's a bonus for that minimizing the workload of the entire team. As you can, the third point will be the lowering of the risk. And it will be the adversaries are continuously looking for a new vulnerability in this scenario, and in this world right now, the adversaries are constantly looking for the new vulnerabilities to penetrate in your enterprise network or your personal network and everything and cause havoc. So these CTI reports can provide you with a larger insight to these attempts, and thus these report will reduce the data loss risk and also block or minimize the disruption in the daily operations. Adding this information, these reports can check all the suspicious domains or IPs addresses that are trying to connect with your network. If the connection is suspicious, then the blue team can take a necessary action to prevent it, or make a may conduct an investigation into it. The fourth one will be the cost. As you know, end of the day, it's all about money and financial gains and losses. And maybe the CTI reports can help you minimize the loss of your loss to your organization with data breaches, risk of the data loss. As per 2019's cost of the data breach report from IBM and then Pomona Institute, the study shows us that there were around 3.92 millions is the cost of the global data breaches, and it's an increase of 1.5 percentage from 2018. This report is actually from 2019, and it's an increase of 1.5 percentage. So this is a huge amount of money which can help you your organization. So moving forward, life cycle of a threat intelligence. So as you can see, um, how cyber threat intelligence or a CTI feed is get produced for action. The normalized data cannot be considered as an intelligence. The cyber threat intelligence is a finished product that comes out of this life cycle, and effective intelligence program is purely on process oriented, become more reliable over the time. And the first part is always will be starting with the planning. For the planning, the correct step is to get the proper answer for the creation of the actionable threat intelligence. Focus on the single fact or an event, and the activity intelligence objective based on the factor like how closely they monitor your organization's core value, and how big an impact the result decision will have, how the time of the how time sensitive the decision is also. About the collection part, next step will be the collection, and the next step is to gather the satisfy prerequisites set by the first stage. It's good to collect data from a wide range of like networks, event logs, records, and past incident responses from the open source and dark web technical sources. Threat data is usually the IOCs in this part. And about the processing, that will be the third step. Once all the data has been collected, we need to sort it and organize it with the metadata tags, and refine it out useless information and false positives. And the third is the I mean the fourth sorry the fourth step is the analysis, and this step is to make sense of the processed data. The goal of the analysis is to search for the potential security issues, and notify the blue teams or the stakeholders. And the fifth step is the distribution. Uh, this step, it will distribute the final product to the intended customers. For this threat intelligence to be actionable, it has to be get to it the right people at the right time. It also needs to be tracked, so there is a continuity between one intelligence cycle to the next, and the learning is not to be lost in part of it. And finally, the sixth step will be the feedback. The final step is when the intelligence cycle comes full, and when it's close to the initial planning part, it drives the objective and process of the next cycle also. Once you get the feedback, yeah, from the intended usage of the person or the organization which is use this intelligence, you have to get constant feedback for improvement of your intelligence also. So that will be on the sixth cycle. So that will be the normal life cycle of the threat intelligence to follow. For moving forward, what is a threat intelligence platform? So, as per the Wikipedia, threat intelligence platform is an emerging technology discipline that helps organizations to aggregate, correlate, and analyze threat data from multiple sources in a real time to support a defensive action. So, let's put in a simple words. Threat intelligence feeds take security data from vendors and other sources about the threats, unusual activity across the globe, such as malicious IPs, domains, file hashes, other data. This will help the companies to understand the behavior might be affecting their networks. Threat intelligence platform this take the further. This they incorporate one and many data feeds and subject these data to be entitled to an analysis and to the life cycle. And advanced analytics are used to isolate these usually patterns in the system and minimize other valuable data. Most of you know already now that nowadays a common issue for every organization is the lack of trained professionals, huge volume of data, and complex infrastructure, and how much a complicated attacks right now is happening. As a solution to this issue, threat intelligence platforms are developed and implemented, and these platforms can be deployed as a SaaS or an on-prem solution. It's available as a feeds. It's available in the open sources. It's available as a web feeds, everything. And it's in an organization to manage threat, and the capability of the threat intel platform is based on four functions to collect the information from or the intelligence from multiple sources, and normalization and risk scoring of the data, integrate with the existing security systems, analysis and sharing of these threat intelligence feeds in a real time. To summarize about threat intelligence platform, it platforms collect, correlate data from multiple sources, provide an insight to blue team or a stakeholder about the security posture of the whole organization. Moving forward, so these are some examples of these threat intelligence platforms and services, and some are already have a paid version, some are open sources, and maybe I can show you. Just hold on. So this is one of the open source threat intelligence platform. It's from Cisco Talos. As you can see, there is a lot of things we can collect this information from. I just shown it as an example, and there was a newsletter. Yeah, that source and downloads. Yes, okay. So, just want to show you that. That's it. Okay, moving forward. Okay, let me show you the real example. So how a CTI feed is coming from an IOC. So we can use in one of the detection methods to prevent the attack. Uh, Let me load it. So this one is actually a feed from the secure list, which is an Kaspersky is one. It's also an almost like an open source one, and this one is actually initiated on the July 28th. This is based on the VHD ransomware, about how it operates, how these things are done, how will it infects your organizations on that kind of things. And for it, you can read more information about in this state, right? I've seen it somewhere. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, this is an list of indicators of compromise. Like this is the hash of the and hashes, domains, and IPs of the this ransomware. Why this hash of the ransomware can help you to detect it better in your in your infrastructure when even if it's infected, and even you can even um, you can use your SIM or your IPS or any detection methods in your network to detect whether you have any outgoing outbound connections happening to these IPs, which can help you also whether you have where there is an infection in your organization. So this is actually happened over this intelligence reports came once an organization is infected. Maybe they just take it from an dark web or a deep web or something. Once this CTI this feed comes in, most of the organization who looks for these feeds will automatically have a have already have created a process for uh, including these hashes and block these IPs into their system. So once it's done, this attack, maybe this attack is already being prevented, being before it attacks your organization. So that will be one of the examples. You can I what I want to show you. Okay, moving forward. So what will be the future of the threat intelligence? Like everything in existence, change and evolution will happen, and same will happen to the threat intelligence also. There are some predictions or changes which the industry leaders expect to happen for the threat intelligence in future. Um, in the future, threat intelligence, the steady improvement of the intelligence quality and the quantity feed of the intelligence will be powered by an AI system, operated security operation centers, which will have a real-time enterprise to enterprise threat intelligence sharing systems. And every activity of the infrastructure will be recorded, stored. Actually, it's even been because of the cheap data storage and various business models and data holders and kind of things. It's already been happening, but in the future, it will happen in a more aggressive way. Once it's done, every the way you work in an organization will be recorded actually, and behavior of that usage and the user's experience will be analytically analyzed by an AI powered or a AI powered machines or using the machine learning and everything. And with this data, the organization will have intelligence on every actions in the past, present, which helps them to predict the future. And these massive data repositories will have a constantly mined for insight in real time by the machines with the help of the machine learning and AI platform. And the threat intelligence will become the default offering of all the big vendors. And from my understanding, this already been for a particular level, it's already been started happening in various levels and various sectors. Information about the threat and the intelligence sharing is already been happening in various sectors. And in the future, that a private public partnership will also will get a boom. And the intelligence sharing is a two-way street. So and the private and public partners will come into provide valuable intelligence in turn, and they will be sharing them with the corporates and the government. The government entities will be the play a huge role in it. As as my conclusion, cyberspace is increasingly attractive criminals and activists, and even terrorists are in it. which motivate. Some of them are motivated to make money, some are to gain media attention, and some are to just to create disruption in uh, uh, create issues. Regardless of their motive, advanced cyber threat actors are organized, and they are very patient, and they are actually willing to make some investments to accomplish their objectives also. So the importance of the real time sharing of the threat intelligence is actually very crucial, and it's most kindly these information that CTI feeds or these intelligence will be very crucial and very important for not only for the or for a private entity. It will be also will be an which will be very important for the government entities also. So as I so moving forward, so that's will be all about my presentation. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer with my limited knowledge I have. And about the last part, so you can join our community Refcon Trivandrum, and you can use that link to join our Discord channel. Feel free to join and share among your friends. And so you can. I'm happy to end my session. It's been pleasure seeing you all, and you can just connect me in Twitter or Discord. Uh, if you have any more doubts or any clarifications, feel free to reach out to me. It's been pleasure being with you all today. Thank you. Yes, Sreehari, I think you can start from your presentation.
Yes, sure. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Adithya. So, hi all, hi. So, I think all are doing good at this lockdown time. And today I'm going to take a session on performing targeted phishing campaigns as an attacker. That's my topic that I'm going to take today. So I'll be explaining about what is the type of phishing, what is phishing, and what are the different types of attack methods. And I'll show you a demo on how these attacks can be done and that kind of thing. So moving forward, who am I? So myself, Sreehari Haridas, I'm a executive engineer at UST Global Chandram. I'm also a bug bounty hunter, also a capture the flag player. I got around 40 plus, 15 plus Hall of Fame from different companies, and I got placed on sixth place in Hackerbox. I'm also a core member of Defcon Trivandrum. I'm also a operator at Red Team Village. I'm also a volunteer at Kerala Police Cyber, and this is my Twitter handle. You can contact me on any if you have any queries or doubts. So moving forward, so what is actually phishing? What do you mean by phishing? So phishing is in the sense like sending emails to the victims and believing them this is a genuine mail and comes from a genuine source and tricking into a victim or to tricking into a victim to believe that comes from a genuine source of kind of things. So this is called a phishing. So the attacker has a motive or the attacker's purpose is to collect to banking details and credentials and critical information and that kind of things that the attacker has a motive to do this kind of things with using the phishing attacks and social engineering attacks also. So phishing can be explained as an activity, so that I explained now, which involves sending emails from seamlessly reputable source with the purpose of to obtain personal information or influence email receivers. So that, as I said, to purpose to obtain personal information, steal data, usernames, credentials, and that kind of things. So phishing practices combines both social engineering and technical skills. So phishing is an example of social engineering techniques. There are multiple social engineering attacks that, for the example, phishing is one, comes under one of the social engineering attack, and there are wishing, smishing, and some other kind of attacks there. So wishing in the sense, it's done by through the voice calls. I think, for example, you can see that you will get a call from the someone says that you have won a prize money of let's say $10,000, and just send a mail to this particular email, or just contact to this number, and that kind of calls are getting we are getting that every day. So that's one of the attack that called wishing. There is one or other thing that's called smishing. Smishing in the sense that we all use a mobile phone, so we are getting text-based attacks, that is called smishing. We are getting a text-based phishing message that I could say, for an example, the same example as a wishing. So we just get a message says like, we just won around $10,000. Just click on this link, or send a mail to this, or call to this number. So what we do is like the victim just fall into this trick, and he just clicks or just contact through that mails, and that's called the wishing. So like phishing attacks is varies on its form. So it could be an attachment within the email that loads malicious software into your computer. For example, I could say, so once a victim clicks on a malicious attachment, as in sense, if you are getting a mail from an attacker, and if you click on that malicious attachment, the malicious attachment has embedded some codes, or embedded some viruses or malwares in that. So once the victim clicks on to the particular attachment, though, then the payload will get executed, and the victim's machines will get compromised. And though in these kind of attacks, there will be multiple attack vectors can be used on this particular attack methodologies. Like for example, like say fileless malwares. That's the trending one, I think. So it's what actually do is it won't drop any payloads or anything in the machine or the computer. So it just run in the it just execute on the memory. So it will be, and those kind of attacks are a bit harder to detect. So that's I think that's all about the phishing attack. So there will be one another example, or I would say, or the last paragraph, or it could be linked to an illicit websites. Or so that means the mail has a link that once the victim clicks, that might be a cloned website that has it has a feature that it has a technique that to capture login credentials, like usernames, passwords, or any details, or our personal information, or any kind of things. So that comes under the phishing part. So let's move to the next part, types of phishing. So there are multiple types of phishing we can see it on the internet. So the one of the main thing I could say, this is called spear phishing. Spear phishing is like it's a targeted form of phishing. That means the attacker could take some time to specifically take some time to target, and take the target and collect the informations of a particular employee, let's say particular individual, or an employee, or let's say, or an organization. So this is kind of a targeted attack. That's called spear phishing. It will be like targeting most of these individuals, as I said, employees and organizations. So the next would be whaling. Also, okay. So whaling in the sense, this is just kind of a more of advanced form of phishing. So it is mainly targeting on the executive level of employees. Executive level in the sense the to target upper level managers or CEOs on the or supervisors on the on an organization, or that kind of hierarchy or higher level of like, let's say, just hunting the bigger guys, like something like that, catching a bigger fish, that could, we can say, as in the whaling section. Or for an example, if we just crafting a whaling kind of attack or a campaign or phishing, so for example, they will use something like just to inform the CEO about a legal complaint or any false order that have done by the just showing this has been done by the let's say it's sending to the to a particular abc .org, like a organization, to the from to that CEO, that we send the attacker send a mail, says that there is a legal complaint against your organization, that they you have to make sure that and just do something on this particular complaint, or do something like that. So these are the main kind of examples that they used on the whaling part. So move to the next one. So this is called clone phishing. Clone phishing is the type of kind of a phishing attack which is targeted to, like sending a cloned email, like replicating to a legitimate email, and using the previous legitimate email. So I can say this as an easy form, like if some of one of the employee got hacked, or his mailbox got breached on a attack. So at that time, there will be let's say there will be he has contacted the his manager through a mail communication. So there is a mail chain with between them. So what the attacker would do, if he has an internal access to his that particular employee's inbox, and what he do is he will just took that mail chain, and he will replay onto the that particular mail chain, and attach his payload, and send it to the manager. Okay, so what the attacker's motive is, he need more permissions, and he need more privileges, or if most probably the managers and higher level the employees has much more information, much more secret data of a organizations, much more client info. So that's what the attackers want, and that will be the attackers motive. So on that particular case, he will use this clone phishing type of attacks. So next, move to the go moving to the next part. So this is the one of the another phishing attacks. This is called voice phishing. Voice phishing, in a sense, we can, as I said before, like the same thing, that voice phishing is also called as wishing. So so the not all the phishing attacks requires a fake website, because this kind of attacks is like calling from a mobile phone, and calling to a victim's mobile phone, and asking his pin. Like, let's say, for an example, there is one call came to a one of like, let's say, one call came to me, and the other end part, the maybe you can call him as an attacker. So he's saying that your account, like, let's say, he tells me that he's a banking employee, and there is some suspicious or suspicious activity happened on your account, and so to verify that, you should share your bank account details, bank account number, and your let's say, if he just asked for your credit card or debit cards number and pins and that kind of things, to he's saying that this is just to verify your identity, and tricking us into the this attack, tricking us into giving out the information that an attacker needs. So that's also that is called the voice phishing. So moving to the next one. This is, as I already given on the first slide, SMS phishing, that is also said as a smishing. So this is the same thing, that if you have a if the mobile phone, if you have a mobile phone, you will get a text message, and the attacker start a deliver a bait to the victim and says that this is a genuine mail, or just say there is a particular you have won $10,000. The same example, you have won the $10,000 on a lucky lottery or something else. You just want to click on this particular link or send or call this to this number. Okay, so when we just call back to that number, what happens is they will ask for sometimes they will ask for a for send them some money. So they'll ask for 10,000 or any number of money that they'll ask, and they just want if we will give them some money, and we just think about they just will send back us the $10,000 or that particular amount of prize money to us, and tricking us to send them the money they asked. And at the end, that we know, we will understand that we just got scammed, or we just trapped into the attacker's hand, and we got cheated. So that's the main issue that we can see at the these times. We can see these kind of attacks at every day. I think there are multiple things that happens on every day. Okay, so moving back to the next part. So what are the different types of phishing techniques that is used? So one of the main techniques that is used is link manipulation. Link manipulation, in the sense, I could say, so because phishing mails can be tricky to detect because of the link manipulations. Because hackers will use their malicious URLs instead of let's say instead of an HTML hyperlink that seems not to be harmless. Just like they are using, they just hide the URL. They used misspelled URLs, and these kind of things in the attach that in the mail, and we didn't notice that. The most of the, I'll show you example right after this. So these kind of attacks, and there is another technique that is used in is IDN spoofing or homograph attacks. But I'll show you an example for you guys to easily understand. So this is the main example. So in here, you can see that link manipulation. The attacker has bought bought a domain called Facebook book, in the sense that from he just used O instead of 00. You can see that in screen. I think you guys can see that on screen. He used 00 face b00k k.com. So what happens is, if we see these kind of URLs in our mails, we usually don't get we usually don't look for this kind of URLs. Like we see at the first three letters that it says it's Facebook. Okay, see, I can see that this is Facebook. So it's okay to click. So we think about things like this, and that's how the attacker exploits our exploits these phishing attacks, and we will get fallen into the hands of the attackers. So there is another second example. I think in this screenshot, I think you guys can't. I mean, even though I couldn't see this, like spot the difference in this particular domain name, because it's called lloydsbank.co.uk. So these are two different domain names, but I couldn't understand, like, even though no one, I mean, like, I couldn't understand this is a phishing like a not genuine URL or not. So what happens is, here the scammer buys a URL. It's called a homographic attack. Actually, it's an ideal and a homographic pattern. It's called, that's what it called. So what happens when that happens is like the scammer buys a URL that includes characters, but it appears to be English letter. Okay, so but it actually uh, different from the a language set. It, like I'll give you an example. Like we in the alphabets, I'll take C. So C as a alphabet. So, but in French language, it will be different. So it has some kind of, I don't know what to say for that. There will be some character changes in the language, so that will be a different language. So when we are registering for a domain name, if we use that particular language set, but when we register that, but as in the domain name registration, we can see that this is the if we say Facebook, and if we register for a facebook.com domain, and we use a French character or something same as facebook.com, but once we register that, it looks like same like this as a facebook.com, same as, I think you can see that on the screen. It's this kind of this similar. So there is the in here the example, like the Paul Moore, who is a security consultant. So he just bought this lloydbank.co.uk that used the I. This is he used the I as in the I alphabetic character, and used that as in the capital letter. So I think you got my point. So this lloydbank.co.uk, and he, what he did was, he used the he purchased uh, I think, yeah, IIOY dsbank.co.uk, but instead of the a lowercase letter, he used the uppercase letter. So that's what happens here. So but the domain was different, but once if we look into the domain names, but we can't find the difference in here. So that's he shared this in his Twitter, and his followers also put in spot the differences. And even though if I even didn't find any difference in this particular domain. So this is also another kind of technique, attacks or techniques in the link manipulations. We'll just go to the next different technique. It's called filter evasions. And filter evasion sense, there might be have some email securities on the it's in the organization, there might be have some particular security based on like detecting their phishing emails, like they have SPF record and DKM and that kind of DMARC and kind of attacks. So as an attacker, he needs to evade this kind of evade from the evade from to not getting from these kind of filters. He wants to evade it from. So the next one will be the website forgery. So website forgery, as in the sense, the attacker will compromise a particular website and inject his particular let's say his payloads or any kind of things in the website. So let's say there is an example. We can say there is, if there is an XSS, so it's called cross-site scripting. It's an attack. In that, with using that XSS attack, so the attacker can inject a JavaScript code into the main website. For example, there is back in 2012, I think PayPal has one of that kind of vulnerability. So they just the one of that I think one attacker has injected his particular JavaScript payload in the PayPal's main domain, and he put that in a I forgot the parameter name. They put that in a just ABC a parameter in the, that attached to that particular parameter, and he spread it across. So what happens is, once the user clicks on to that and add his username, his passwords, or any kind of things, and that will get captured onto the attackers part also. Like let's say, yeah, attackers part also. So that's also a really big issue for PayPal. So they had fixed it at that time that I think it got executed and it got exploited so much, and most so many people has lost their PayPal account and they lost some money from that. So that's basically called the website forgery. So the next one will be cover redirect. Cover redirect is also similar to website forgery. It's like let's say there is a redirect function from Facebook. If you, I'll give an example. So if you are clicking some links from a Facebook, if you are browsing, if you're browsing Facebook, you can see a link in there. There's a post called there is a post that you can click on to that particular link. Once you click to that link, that will redirect from Facebook to that particular website. So what happens actually is Facebook will redirect you through Facebook with using a particular parameter. It's called redirect. So what happens actually happens is the from using that particular redirect function, if there is no basic protections or any kind of things, there is not, if nothing is there. So what an attacker could use is he can take that particular Facebook URL and he can put his own attacker's website and act and send it to the victims. And once the victim sees that this yeah, it looks like a genuine Facebook URL, he confirms and verify this is comes from facebook.com. This is the main domain name, and he looks, this looks like a, this looks like say genuine domain. So once he clicks that, but once he clicks to the particular link, this will get redirected to a attacker's website, because the redirect function will redirect you to the attacker's website. And it like it will looks like then he can host a what he can host a phishing page, looks like Facebook login or something. And if the victim get input his username or password or anything in there, so that will also get captured. So this is also another different technique, and this is the most often technique that use with I think XSS, as I said, cross-site scripting and open redirect vulnerabilities that is are attached with using this cover redirect. So move to the next one. So I'll be telling you the differences between phishing versus the spear phishing. So as I said, phishing is just like a basic thing, and spear phishing is mostly on targeting an individual or an organization or an employee or that kind of things. So I'll give you an approach of what are the different types of approach in phishing and also in spear phishing. So in phishing, this is called spray and pray. So what is spray and pray means the attacker will use leaked emails and publicly available emails, and we are familiar with the word spamming. So these are the techniques that they use as in the spray and pray techniques. They just send them with the attacker sends the particular like send a bulk amount of mails to this like a publicly available emails of scrap from the internet. The emails got scrapped from the internet and that kind of things. They just send it to a bulk number of users, though they will not sure, like the attacker is not that sure the user will click to this link, his link, and the victim will fall into his hands, but he's not sure. That's called this pray and pray, just a hit and try, try and run or something like that. So the next one will be when it's come to the spear phishing part, it's, as I said, it's a targeted attack. It will target the employees of a organization or an organization or any individuals that is particularly just the attacker will only send to one or like a limited number of users. The attacker will only send to the as in the spear phishing as a approach. Yeah. So moving back to the next one is targeting. So as I said, targeting is I think I have already covered this on the approach level. This is broad and automated as in phishing. It's done by a number of times and multiple times, and as targeting is specific individuals. Okay, move to the skill level. Phishing. I think phishing does not require so much level of skills because uh, uh, in this time like as let's call it script kiddie. I think everyone can do a simple phishing attack with using there are multiple tools available. So if they just look into a tutorial, and there are so many tutorials available in the internet, so they can just do a particular phishing is I think it's so much easier than a spear phishing, because spear phishing requires a little bit or special skills to do these spear phishing attacks, because it has the sometimes if we are targeting an individual or an employee or an organization, so it maybe has some firewall. It maybe has a firewall. It maybe has a email protections, or it has some other security measurements on to their systems, so that the attacker needs to bypass these kind of things in there. So that requires a special skills, and he need to craft his custom payloads or his custom mail that do not get filtered and do not get detected on the spam filter or any kind of things. So that requires a custom that's special skills to do. So let's move to the attack detection part. So this is like I think phishing is the regular basic phishing is easy to detect. There are these spam filters will get detected easily onto their filters. So while coming to the spear phishing, it is bit harder to detect, because the attacker will craft this from scratch, the payloads and the custom mails and these kind of things. Maybe he'll craft it from scratch, and he'll not use the same old one from the internet. So there might be a chance the spam filter won't get detected, and he will use some advanced technique on to bypass this kind of thing. So it will be get more harder to detect when it comes to a spear phishing attacks. So what are the motives of the attacker? So the motives in the sense the regular phishing guy or the a spammer is they are after for the credentials and credit cards and that kind of things, like the username password as usual stuffs. They will after the username password and bank details and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to spear phishing, but that part will be changed. So that would be like the attacker needs the organization's confidential data, business secrets, and business informations, and that kind of client informations, and that kind of things. So the attacker is targeting something big that he wants to achieve, or he can just compromise the using this spear phishing, and he can ask for ransoms. I think we can I think a couple of months back there has an attack. There is a breach on I think Nissan. So they just got hit with a ransomware. They has so much business damage onto their clients. They lost so much money on that. So these are things that comes under the phishing and spear phishing. So let's just move back to the next. I'll show you an example, and this is a example of a phishing mail or a spam or a phishing mail that is not particularly targeted mail. So it's like this email looks like they are legitimate, but typically not very personal. This has sent to a bulk number of users. So this will be looks like this, because the attacker doesn't know, he's not targeting anyone, so he doesn't know who he is sending. So uh, yeah, he will follow this. He just send this mail to a bulk number of attacks, a bulk number of users. So I'll show you another demo. So spear phishing, on the other hand, this is more specific. Spear phishing, on the other hand, this is more personal and direct at the specific individual. As I said, it will be a targeted attack. It is targeting more on a organization level or an individual that they has to hack or they have to attack. So but the attacker has to do some research on their victims, and he will look for the most common informations that available on the internet. He will just look for different types of, if the particular targeted user has any kind of breach or any information that the attacker can get from the internet from anywhere, that he will collect, and he will just use that once it comes under the spear phishing attack. So that is the main difference between the phishing and spear phishing attacks. So as I said, I'll show you what are the common tools that used on these kind of, what are the common tools that can we can do for we can test for phishing attacks, or we can do any phishing campaigns as a let's say these are the different types of tools. GoFish, Lucy, Fishing Frenzy, Set, Kingfisher. These are the different types of tools that are available in the. I think there are other tools also. You can also check for that. For this time, I'll be showing you a demo on GoFish and how to start a campaign. The next part will be I'll be showing you how to show how to send a how to start a phishing campaign and how to send mail to phishing mails to particular users and things. So these are the common tools that available on the internet. So you can go and check out these tools for your own purposes. So I'll just quickly that I'll be quickly back to. I'll show you a demo on how these are the how to use a GoFish tool to do the attacks. So I think you can see my screen. This is a tool called GoFish that today we are going to show a demo on GoFish, that how a phishing campaign has been done. This is an open source tool that you can go and search for. The source is available on GitHub, so you can just go and start looking for this, and just for this you need a custom server, or you can try this on your local machine, or you can run this locally also. So for this demo, I'll be using hosting it on my my VPS, and I'll be let me just quickly go back, and I'll show you what. So this is the dashboard that is looks like in the when it comes to GoFish. So there are multiple options that we can use. So for the first thing, that what we need to do is we need a SMTP server that need to be sent from the I'll show you this. Yeah. So this is the that we need a sending profile as a SMTP. So you can register for SMTP service, and you can host your own SMTP server or anything. So this is where this is the SMTP server that I have used here. So it will be sending mails through using this SMTP service. So you just want to create a new profile, you can add any names that you want. Just type the from mail from where you want to send, and you can put your host name, and you can put your usernames and passwords, and you can add also custom headers also. If you want to add any custom headers into your mail, you can also add that. Also, you can test you can send a test mail on your personal mails or anything. So you can test that these settings are working or not. So back to the next part that we need. So we need a landing page that the once the user clicks onto the once the victim clicks onto our link or that we had sent in the email. So the user will land onto the that particular page. So we have to create that here. So you can just create a page like let's say we can do test demo. You can just import a website from here, or you can upload your own source code of a landing page that, like let's say it's a phishing page that you can host. This is what you can put it here. You can just import a website. Let's say you can just put HTTPS. So you can see the can see the demo here. Uh, yeah, you can also click capture the submitted data. So though it will capture the data if you have submitted any your usernames or passwords or any credentials or anything that you have submitted in the these input tabs, it will get captured once you click this. You can also put your own web server site to redirect. You can just say https facebook.com. Once the victim clicks and click submit or click login onto the phishing website, it will get redirect to the that particular website. So it looks like a genuine attack. So I think I have already created this, so there is no need of creating one. This is the email template that we are going to send. So this will be our template. So from here we can also copy it from our own mail. So we can just check for your mail if you have a LinkedIn login password reset or any kind of things. You can just go and check for the email source, raw source, and you can just copy it from there. You can paste this here. You can put it here. So just for that purpose, I think I already had one in one for me. I just use a it's not that great, but this is just for a demo. So I just put a LinkedIn page in the LinkedIn kind of mail. I put a subject as a LinkedIn suspicious activity, and here you can see that this is the main thing that you have to put. So Gofish will has a particular this feature that if you put these URL kind of things, so it will automatically calls your URL once you start a campaign. It will ask for your URL. It will automatically call on this email. So you don't have to manually add your phishing URL to every time. So that this is also future. So there are multiple cases that I have put it here. Yeah. At the end, we can also put click this add a tracking image. So it will add a tracker to this email. So once the attacker sends this email to you, if you just open that email, the attacker, this I think this is a tracker, in the sense there's an image or something that has been attached on to the email. So once the victim opens the mail, the attacker can see that the victim has opened, and once you click the link, the attacker sees that this link has been clicked. That I will show you after some time, that this how that can be done. So we just already created this new password reset. So here comes the username, and here comes the users and groups. So we can add a group that has, you can add a multiple number of users who you need to send the phishing mail. So you can just put as a test demo, and you can put the first name of the user. So thing is like, as I said, this is a spear phishing or a targeted attack. So you have to put your own name. I'll put my name, Sreehari, Haridas, first name and the last name. If you're using it, sending it to the organization, you have to just send it here, and you can just put the positions also. In the sense, the if he is a manager or CEO or any security engineer or associate security engineer or whatever you want, you can just put it in here. You can click add, because it's just you can also here, you have one, you can also add multiple emails in here. So you can add multiple emails here. You can also bulkily import users. You just want a CSV file format. You can add a multiple first names and last name and emails position in the that CSV file, and you can just bulkily import it here. So you don't want to manually add it from your end. So I think I already had added two of three of the users here. So this is a temporary mail that I have, and this is my personal mail. This is the second temporary mail I just added for this to show. I put a temp mail as a this user and groups. So just move to the campaigns. So we are going to create a campaign. So this is what we start a campaign on a spear phishing or a phishing campaign. So we'll just put select the email template as a password user that I have already added in the email, and the landing page will be the LinkedIn login that we had captured in the landing page, so it will get landed on that. This is where we have to put our GoFish server. That if you are, I'm just using my own domain name for this demo. You can just if you are doing a phishing campaign, you can just put this. You can buy a custom domain and you can put it here. So this is a in here you have to select the SMTP profile that you have to send the mail. So the launch date will be, you have to select the time. I think my time is just, it's not, it's not correct. Sorry for that. So the group that we have to select is term mail. So that's I already created. So just we just start schedule, or else we have to create it on that time. Let's see. Yeah, I think it has already sent. The mails are sent. We can check here. So these are the campaign types. So the three, I think as I shown you before, I added three particular users in there in the user and user groups. So I can see that the emails has successfully sent to the victims. So we can just go and check for check on this particular mail ID. So I'm using it. You can see that there is one mail in my temporary box. This is my LinkedIn. This is the subject of that I put in the campaign, that email template. So this is, it's not that great because I just put this as a demo. So this is how this email looked like. I just took the template from a GitHub. So you can create your own also. So this is the oh, yeah. So these are the links that you can click here. So let me just click and see what happens. So as you can see, this is a I have added my certificate. So it says it's a HTTPS secure connection, and this is my domain. So you can also include your own custom domains in there. So this is how it looks like when a attacker send you a phishing mail, and once you click to the URL, and if you are not verifying that this is phishing mail, or this is not a if this is a phishing mail, and you are not verifying the exact domain name, and you end up something like you just if you are just typing it yeah. So if you because why this is not working is I haven't put the URL in here, that's why it's not working. So once you put that, you can just check here. So once you submit the data, you will get the data from here. So there is one as I told you, I added a tracker in the mail. So because of that, I can see that the user is I think this is the username of that user. Yeah, this is a user that the user has already opened this and clicked on the link. You can see that this is a version Windows, which OS that is using, the victim is using, and which particular browser is using also, and the email has been opened because I have opened the email, and that is also we can see it the dashboard, and those in here it says only email sent because I haven't sent clicked onto the that mail. If you are going back here, this is the, and you can check that this comes under the you can check. I'm sure you have got to say that. You can check that I added a from mail from support at LinkedIn. You can see that this is looks like a LinkedIn's genuine domain, but I think some of the guys just will understand there is some mistype or a I just changed that this is linked, it's not I, it's L, it's linkedin.in. So if you just see this, you won't, like most of the times the usual usual users won't look for this. They'll just see that there is a LinkedIn from the mail is from the LinkedIn support, and it looks like support at linkedin.com, and this is it says as a LinkedIn suspicious activity, and yeah, you can check there this from the mail, and it doesn't show anything else. So this is because you can see, I think this is the same thing that if you click here, you will get to the my demo set. So you can see that I have already opened the mail, and I just click the link. Yeah, it will just again refresh, and you can see that I have already clicked the link, and I have just opened the emails. And if I add some credentials or my own credentials here, it looks like a genuine page, and if you are not verifying and put your own credential here and sign in, click sign in, it will just capture it here, and you can see that the particular username and password that got stored in here. So this is the I think this is the demo for GoFish. So this is how a phishing campaign has been done. So this is the open source tool that you can do and check for the and how to do these kind of things, and how to do it on a phishing do a phishing campaign, and be safe, like don't do this kind of attacks in a to do these kind of attacks to individual or a organization, though it will get end up in very serious situations and you'll get thrown out to the jail. So just be safe that this is doing for a training or a demo and any kind of thing. So just be sure of that. Moving back to my PPT. My screen is not showing anything. Just wait for it to come. Yeah, so this is where I'll show you how to identify phishing mail. Just be sure that if you get a mail, just be sure you just check that it's not comes under the like let's say it's not comes from the an attacker or it's a genuine mail. So from here you can see that these how to identify a phishing mail. So the companies will not ask for your sensitive information via emails. So in here the examples in this it as the mail has asked for you the informations of uh, accounts as I can see the screen. The mail has asked for update your login information, I think. So from that attachment that the user has to put his login information. But I think most of the companies will not ask for your sensitive information through the mail. So don't do fall into these kind of things. So the next will be the message is sent from a public email domain or not genuine or from a not genuine sender. So the legit companies have their own domains, their own domain emails and services, though they have, and they'll use that only. They won't use any public emails services like Gmail, Outlook, or any kind of things. They have their own mail service and their own services, so they'll only use that. So just make sure that it comes from, for in here for an example it says it's come from paper, but it's not seems to be coming from PayPal. That you can see that from the it's not comes from PayPal.com. So you can easily find out that this is a phishing mail. This is also another way that you can find this. So there are some other methods or ways that we can identify if it's not a phishing mail or not. So the email will be poorly written. Maybe sometimes the mails will be like, looks like there will be some spelling mistakes. Most of the organization won't have these kind of things. They properly monitor and they don't have any particular spelling mistakes or any grammatical mistakes. They don't have these kind of things. So just make sure that if you see any kind of things, just I think most of the time it will be a phishing mail. So it also includes suspicious attachments or links, not genuine links. So typically, like the authentic institutions, like the organizations, and they don't randomly send you emails with attachments, and they'll just ask you to, if they have a form or anything filled to, they just upload it to their website, and documents will be in their website, and they just ask you to go there and check that if to their own website, and you can just check that from there. So if you have, when you have any doubt, you can just contact to the company, the organization, and directly ask them that you got this particular mail and this looks suspicious, and you just want to know that you just want to verify that this is not fake, or not phishing. So that also you can do from your end. So the next one will be the domain name is misspelled. That I have shown you before, the domain name, that Facebook kind of thing, and the at Lloyd Banks, and my mail that I have shown you. So the domain name maybe will be misspelled, and you will just, you can see that this is not a particular particular not a genuine domain that you have to. You can see that from the phishing mail. So this is one also on the red flag that you can get easily. And the next part will be the how to prevent phishing attacks. So the basic things that I can say, that keep informed about phishing techniques, like please be updated about the latest phishing techniques and phishing information news, and that kind of things. Please be updated about this kind of things, and so you can easily prevent from phishing attacks. So think before you click. That's the main thing that you have to do when you get a email from a unknown sender, or not a genuine sender, or a suspicious mail. If you see that this is a suspicious mail, that think before and act, and don't click. That's what I can say. So also you can install an anti-phishing toolbar, so it will prevent some kind of phishing method attacks, and campaigns, and that kind of things also. Uh, Verifies site security, as in the sense you can just look for the sites information, like how genuine is that particular domain, or how genuine is that particular domains. You can check for the domain health check and kind of things. Also you can check for if the domain has using using the secure connection like SSL, and it looks like there is a green bar that you can see, and it's using HTTPS. But some of in these cases, most of the cases, if it's a targeted like a spear phishing attacks, most probably the attacker will use a let's say a free SSL certificates that are available in the market. So like Let's Encrypt, and there is Cloudflare, I think. So these are the certificate they will use. So if you see a huge organization that is using a free SSL certificate, like let's say Google is using a free SSL certificate, that doesn't make any sense. That is also a red flag for red flag, as it's a phishing or a phishing mail or something. So you just have to check your online accounts regularly. So you have to change your passwords. You have to add it, let's say 2FA, two-factor authentications, and these kind of things. Once if you just click and put your let's say your username and password, you just mistakenly you just lost that, and it got captured in the attacker side. And if you have a 2FA, some other times, most of the time, it will you will get your account won't get compromised. But there are some cases that it might be. But so please make sure that you just do this regularly. Keep your browsers up to date. That is the main thing that you have to do, because the most of the time there are particular 0 days attacks, and not 0 days, but sometimes there will be a public attack methods that will published. And if you there is an exploit or vulnerability that got published, and the particular website, not the website, the particular browser has that web server has that oldest. If you are using oldest version, then there might be a chance that you will get hacked from the get hacked. So just use firewalls and antivirus also in your machines, and just use better antivirus. So if you are downloading, most of the times antivirus can be, as I said, if the attacker has most like a good skill, or he knows the techniques to bypass the antiviruses and firewalls, then there might be a chance you will also get hacked. So so be safe that for a basic level of prevention that you can also use firewalls and use in your for your safety. So be wary of purposes. That there are the I think the or most of the attacks has been done by pop-ups kind of thing. I think back in 2019, I read some article about I forgot the name. There is some attack that has been used on pop-ups that most probably most of the sites are vulnerable to is and yeah, that's so just make sure that if any pop-ups comes up and just verify it's a genuine and if it's not, just disclose that and don't put your data or anything in there. So also, never give out your personal information on the internet. Please make sure that the targeted, if it's a spear phishing or a targeted attack, the attacker can easily find or scrap your data from the publicly available internet, publicly available that you can take from the LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and kind of things. Then we can combine it all together, and we can start a attack. He can start a spear phishing attack to you, and he can target on you. So make sure that you're not giving out your personal information on the internet. Also, as I said, this I think I already covered for the S industry, but URL as it's secure or not, and this also I have covered the setup two-factor authentication. If you are using, if that particular website or product that supports two-factor authentication, make sure that you use this also. This last one will be trust your gut. So I put to trust your guts. Okay, so trust your gut instincts and just make sure that you are doing it correct. And if you get suspicious, make sure that it's not a uh, it's not it's not a genuine or anything. Just make sure. So that's all I think I have to say. So brace yourself because scammers are coming for you. So be safe from the internet and don't click on uh, unknown things and don't download unknown attachments. Even don't open, if I could say, don't open suspicious mails also. So I think I have covered almost everything for this limited time. So if you have any questions, you can just
Yeah, all
ask.
right. Thanks, Sreehari. So we can move to the questions. If you have any questions, please do comment.
There is a Discord channel that you can, the DEFCON Toronto Discord channel is the URL there. So you can just join on here. And if you have any doubts, there are so many security, cybersecurity researchers and so many information security people in there. So you can just come and ask for if you have any doubts. Of course. So I think we have some questions.
Okay.
So professionally,
Yeah, Srihari, one question is about Srihari, one question is about, see, if you manipulate the URL or manipulate the email, will Gmail block it?
Yeah, most probably Gmail has a good filter. They have a spam filters, so they'll most probably will detect and spam, detect it as a phishing mail. But you can add a custom SPF, and if you have a good, let's say, domain health, and you are not using it for any other purposes, and if you have any good domain health, then you can. There might be a chance that it will get. As I said, that if it's a spear phishing attack, the attacker will craft the mail and craft the payloads and that kind of thing from the scratch. So he won't use any the non attacks or any non payloads. Most probably he won't use that because then the file or the spam filters will get easily detected. So to bypass that, there might be a chance that you can use a particular this kind of thing. So I think there might be a chance that you get bypassed. Yes,
Okay, I think we don't have any more questions. So it was really a very informative session, and thank you Aditya and Sreehari for the wonderful session. You have given a very good understanding about the social engineering attacks, phishing, and how the threat intelligence is very much relevant at this point of time, because the social engineering attacks, especially phishing, are always a nightmare for all users, right? So you guys done a very good job, and once again, thank you very much for the wonderful session. Thank you. And for the viewers, thanks for your time and the active participation. Hope you found the session fruitful and with some fruitful with some solid takeaways. Once again, thank you. Tomorrow on we have our next webinar on the topic um, bountiful bugs in the cyberspace. It's a kind of a panel discussion, and we have Jasmine Landry and Anand Prakash in the panel. Both are the very famous bug bounty hunters and white hat hackers. They will share their experience on the bug bounty programs. So please don't miss this webinar. See you tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. IST. Until then, stay safe and take care. Goodbye.